All right, whichever one of you has the less lame honk, go ahead and give it to me.
Oh, not
you.
me.
Better.
Two-tone, did you hear that? So today is such a bittersweet moment because what we have here are two generations of Supra, the Mark IV and the Mark V, but Case, not just any Mark V, right?
That's true. This is the final edition of this car, so it's kind of the swan song for the Mark V Supra, and that means it's got all the goodies. They made some suspension tweaks, some braking tweaks, and a few extra cosmetic things added to it, but this car is properly fast. And Tommy, you are in the father of all tuner cars.
Dude, I am in one of the most famous cars of all time at this point now, the Mark IV Supra. And this isn't just any Mark IV, this is a bone stock Mark IV, which is so unusual. This is a 1997 Toyota Supra with a stock 2JZ GTE engine. So it's still twin turbos, still stock turbos, still sequential turbos. And then this one's an automatic, which is interesting because that one's also an automatic.
So it is apples to apples, and look, obviously this car is brand new, 382 horsepower versus 320, so we expect the new Supra to win. But what's interesting here is seeing the progression over time, how this Supra has developed.
Yeah, and at the end of this race, we've got another 90s icon that's gonna take on the Supra, which may be more interesting. So Case, I'm gonna roll up my window. There's not a lot of drive modes to engage on this Mark IV, so kind of just give it a little bit of a brake torque, and then I guess go. All right, James, let's do it. Come on, Supra. Oh, pretty good launch in the old one.
Whoa. Woo! Struggling for traction in the Mark V.
Oh, it's a little bit over.
This car is so fast. I think it's a little underrated from the factory because it punches above its weight class.
There goes those turbos. Wow, when you hit like 5,000 RPM, it picks up pretty good. Now this is only a 4-speed automatic, so the differences in the ratios certainly end up hurting the performance.
And boom, across the line. Takes no time at all. Wow.
But this is a beautifully maintained car owned by our friend James. It's in really, really nice condition. And it ran a 15.7 in the quarter mile.
What a performance, man, I gotta say.
This Mark V Supra is not lacking in drama, that's for sure. It sounds so good, and it is genuinely very quick. Even at a mile above sea level, even on an unprepped surface where we're struggling for traction a little bit here.
What'd you do in the quarter?
So with cold tires, having not done a run before we recorded that, it was a 12.94, and with warmer tires, I've seen as little as a 12.70 on this car. It picks up some time when it's got a little bit more grip. So man, this is super fast. But what'd you get in the Mark IV?
Well, it did a 15.7, which doesn't sound that impressive by anything in today's standards. But when you consider we're dealing with a nearly 20-year-old car at 5,000 feet with an automatic, you know, it's respectable. And the thing about this car is it's such an experience, right? Because it's a game of patience. You gotta wait for that big turbo to hit after that little one does its magic. And then it's actually surprising, from 5,500 all the way up to redline, and this transmission does let you go to redline, it actually pulls pretty good.
And ultimately the reason that Mark IV Supra is so famous is because that car can be made as fast as really your imagination and your wallet desires, because there is no end to how sky-high powerful you can make a Mark IV Supra. But in stock form, it is interesting to see how it compares to another stock Supra, the new one.
I mean, there's no way around it. This is a tame car by any kind of modern standards. It really demonstrates how far performance has evolved, especially considering both of these cars are 3 liters in displacement. They're both inline 6s. You only have one turbo, but still, I mean, it's modern cars have just gotten so unbelievably quick. But still, I really like this Mark IV. These cars are big money, and finding one in this kind of condition, which James has tracked down, is almost unbelievable because they've all been tuned within an inch of their life, which is what they're known for, granted. But I think it's cool seeing one in its bone stock form.
That's true. There's definitely plenty of Mark IVs out there that would smoke this factory Mark V.
Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead and run a bit of a roll race. Now, this transmission does have a manual mode, which I've engaged in this Supra, so I can kind of do a little bit of selection, but we're going to do a 30-mile-an-hour roll. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, go. I'm going to roll my window up, even though I've got AC off. It's a little toasty.
Let's do it. AC off. That is sport mode in that car.
Heck yeah, man. Sport mode engaged.
All right, let's get rolling here.
Oh, I'm gonna be right in boost. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Ooh. Oh, that sounds so good.
Oh, and then I'm out of boost, and I'm back in boost.
You gotta love a turbo straight six. It is so perfect.
Oh wow, that game, this is such a cool experience.
The 120 crossing the line there. Man, this car's too fast. I don't need this in my life.
When you get this thing on boil, wow, it really boogies. That's 100 miles an hour and across the line. This is a cool car. It's not a quick car by modern standards, but it's a cool car. You get 1,500 RPM in this car of just pure joy. And then you gotta wait for it again. But for those 1,500 RPM, when you can wind out that 2J, it's brilliant. And it's also funny, like, James has kept this car completely stock, except for the exhaust, which is aftermarket. And even still, it is so quiet compared to the new ones. So this car, I mean, in this condition, with this automatic and this setup, this is a really good Grand Tour. Like, I'd love to do 1,500 miles in this Mark IV. I think it would be a ton of fun. But compared to the new one, it's amazing just how much stiffer and harsher new cars have gotten, just across the board.
And it's a good point. I think most people would argue that that original Supra was designed to be a Grand Tourer, so it makes sense that that is the behavior and the personality of that vehicle. But man, we spend so much time in cars with 20 to 40 horsepower from the 19-teens, getting in vehicles like these and going down the track strip. It's pretty awesome. It's nice to shake things up a bit.
All right, well, we've proven the new one, as expected.
Definitively faster, but time to grab one of our other 90s icons and put America against Japan.
Welcome to America, brother.
Guys, small catastrophe here. I'm so sorry, but my microphone is completely cut out during this drag race. So if you don't hear much from me, it's because I sound like a robot stuck in a tin can. Anyway, my apologies. Let's get to the race.
Well, today, in about 14 seconds, I'm gonna live more than a lot of people get to live in their whole lives. 400 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque.
And I have 2 turbos for the Malibu sea level. You've got suspension from the Roman ages.
Roman like your dad?
Let's do this. Let me make sure my AC is definitely off this time. I can turn traction control off, not that that's been an issue. You want to turn your traction control off?
Don't worry about my traction control. I got 335, so that controls my traction just fine. And as far as AC, I've got 255, 2 windows at 55, or by the end of this strip, over 100.
All right, well, I'm going to ignore you and put my window up. And I'll see you at the end.
Come on, Viper! Sing to me! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! It's so good every time! Let's do it! Hold on! Oh my god! I'm so obnoxious every time I do a quarter in this car because you can't be quiet. It can't be calm. Ooh, my best time yet. Tommy, I did a 13.99, which so far is the best time I've gotten in this car. I pretty much only get to drive this when we're drag racing, but each time I'm getting a little quicker. It's so much fun drag racing this car.
The Viper's faster.
It is, yeah, and you can see that on paper. Obviously, again, the Supra can be tuned sky high to be faster than this Viper is, and there are some things you could do to make a Viper faster. So they're very different vehicles that appeal to different buyers, but they are both 1990s icons, and getting out here and drag racing them both is so much fun. It doesn't really matter which one's faster, because did you have fun today, Tommy?
Hey, but we're not done, because we need to do the roll race. And this
right, well, let's see it. This is so cool.
The next step is a roll race. We're both going to accelerate up to 30 miles an hour. I'm going to go 3, 2, 1, go, and the first person to hit the finish cones wins.
Oh no, I picked fifth. That's okay. Even in fifth, I can stay ahead. Not my best, but this Viper is so quick.
Catching up at the end of that race, that was nuts.
Yeah, I snatched fifth there.
Oh, got it. Okay, well, a Viper in fifth is slower than a Supra in third. That is the kind of hard-hitting journalism you come to TFL for. Straight info.
And the kind of impressive driving that keeps people watching.
The Viper's quicker, but the Supra looks better. I'm sticking with that.
So the crazy thing about this comparison case is that the most valuable car here, probably also the slowest. These Mark IV Supras, especially in good shape like this, are worth a pretty penny. Now, this new Supra, as spec'd, about $70,000, and that Viper were somewhere around $40,000, $45,000. So for the money, what are you taking?
It's a tough call. I think the most amount of experience you can get for the money has to go to the Viper, but it's also the least amount of car, because there's not much to it other than that engine.
Yeah.
So you're making a big compromise there. But I think the real winner of today is us, because we got to drag race some cars at work, and this was an awesome day out at the strip. One thing that I would love to do that I don't think Tommy is at all interested in is to get a buddy of mine who has a tuned up Supra here and take you for a ride in that. I think you would hate that.
No, I think I would hate that immensely. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too fast. For me, actually, this is a crazy hot take, but I think the winner today is actually this blue Supra, because I really just love the experience of hearing that 2JZ GTE spool up, the little boost that you get from the turbo, and the overall look of this car is definitely stunning. So I really was very impressed with what this thing could do, even though it was the slowest out here. It's just really neat. I really like it a lot. So let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. This has been Tommy.
That's all for this video and case.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.